All right, everyone. So it is time for an impromptu hangout session here on DSPGaming. I guess I can, since I'm done with gameplay for the day, I can remove my green screen cover from my chair. We just finished Lost Records Bloomin' Rage Tape 1. All right. It was awful. It was seriously one of the worst things I've ever played. I can't believe they made it. It was so badly done, executed, written. It was just really terrible. And now there's a part 2 in April, and we're all debating if I should even play it. But here's the bummer about it is that tonight I was hoping to do a fun stream to entertain people because we wanted to hit some goals so that tomorrow we could do a special pizza party. What we're going to do is Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the Ninja Turtles event, unlock the nunchucks. All right, in it, and then do a special pizza event. We're going to order pizza, have a good meal here. It was going to be a whole Ninja Turtles theme. And we had lots of momentum earlier today. We had tons of support on the first stream of Yakuza Pirate, or I should say, Like a Dragon Pirates Yakuza in Hawaii. And then tonight, it just killed all momentum because the game was so awful. So I'm going to chill with you guys for like 30, 40 minutes. Let's see what you guys want to talk about tonight. Cool Gal says, will this be number 1 on your worst games countdown? I don't do a worst games countdown. I do a most disappointing games countdown. It may be on there, may not. We're very early in the year. I'll just say that was really awful, like atrociously bad. Can't believe it was made, to be frank. Don't even know what the purpose of it was. So, what's the difference? Well, a bad games countdown is basically a countdown of games that are just terrible. A disappointing games count. The fuck happened to my camera? My camera went all the way over here. What the hell? That's weird. A disappointing games countdown is different because a disappointing games countdown are games that you thought were going to be good and ended up being bad. Okay? So that's the difference. In this case, I didn't really go into that game thinking it was going to be great. At the same time, I was expecting some level of entertainment because it's from Don't Nod, the makers of Life is Strange, and I figured it'd at least have some of those elements in it. Yikes. Yikes is all I have to say about it. So, yeah, not very good. What was my opinion of Life is Strange 1 and 2? 1 is incredibly good. I think to this day, Life is Strange 1 is the best thing they've ever put out. Don't Nod. And then I think Life is Strange True Colors is probably second. And then Life is Strange, the last one they just made, Double Exposure, is probably their third best. Life is Strange 2 is awful because they tried to replicate that lightning in the bottle they had with 1, but they really shoehorned in a bunch of really stupid political shit. Like, the main characters of Life is Strange 2 are Hispanic boys. And like every character they run into in the game is racist. Every single they're Hispanic or they're Spanish. Oh, they're a piece of shit. Oh, and they all get persecuted against the whole game. It's like, dude, it makes everyone in America look like a bigot. It's like, not everyone in America is like that. Are there racists in America? They absolutely are, for sure. But it's not every fucking person you encounter. And that game was such an unfair portrayal of the country for the purpose of trying to beat racism into the ground that it missed the whole point of being a fun game. It really wasn't fun. So I've been saying this for years. You can have these kind of themes in games as long as they're done organically and well and not heavy-handed and pounding you in the face with them over and over in this way that's, oh, you're supposed to feel bad and you're supposed to feel... No, I'm playing the game to have a good time, not to cry about racism in America because there's some assholes out there. And I don't need to think that every white person in America is the devil. So why are you making a game like that? It's so disingenuous. So I didn't like to. 1 I thought was fine. 1, I never had an issue with the fact that Max kind of teased being bi or gay. I never had an issue with the teen angst stuff in it. It all fit in well into this cool, element of supernatural, superpowers, time manipulation plot. It made sense. But 2 was terrible. I don't know. No, I actually don't remember the border scene from the game. No, I don't. Oh, I do remember Remember Me. I remember that game. I do remember Me. That was the futuristic game where you played as, I think, a woman cyborg. And it was a lot of, like, button tapping, quick time fights, and platforming. I do remember that game now. Yeah. 100% I remember it. Donut always makes the weirdest, like, non-narrative games. Like, they made, Vampire. And that game was like some kind of a weird hybrid of like the difficulty of Dark Souls combined with like an RPG. It was just bizarre the way they tried to make it, and it wasn't good. They also made that other game, Banishers. No one played that either. They always make the weirdest offshoot games that no one talks about. Just for the record, I'm going to completely ignore Kick Chat until you guys stop spamming. So the moment you'll stop spamming, I'll actually start reading. But since I just see a wall of spam, I'm just going to completely ignore all of you for the rest of the night, since you're going to be immature. Yeah, Sonic 2006 was a bad game, but actually, I feel like on paper, the game is good. It's just that they obviously didn't have time to really finish it and didn't have the resources to do what they wanted to do with it. So I actually don't feel like it's that bad. So I think like people have over exaggerated how bad the game is over the years. It has tons of bugs and needs polish and has you're phasing through walls, you're dying instantly. Remember when Sonic was running so fast he can't even stay on the course, he flies off the course and dies, or like phases through a wall? It's really bizarre what happens in that game. But I totally get it. Like I totally understand what they were going for, you know? Does the mug have gin in it? No, the mug has filtered water that I have in my thermos to stay cool. That's what I drink at night. Day streams, I drink flavored seltzer. Night streams, I drink filtered water. Every Raw is 2.5 hours long, Slayer, but I skip around through it. I skip through, there's no commercials on the Raw that I watch, so it's shorter, and then I usually skip between certain things. So no, and again, I just want to make it clear you can have a game that has left-leaning themes. That's okay, as long as they don't become so heavy-handed and so preachy and so wham annoying and so over the top unfair and portray things in a very unrealistic light. Then it's just too much, you know. In this case, I don't feel that was the case uh with Lost Records. Lost Records is just fucking boring. Like that was what 8-9 hours. And I'm wondering what was I supposed to like about that game? I'm wondering what was supposed to be entertaining. None of the girls were particularly interesting or had much of a unique personality. Okay, just being honest, they really didn't. Nothing really happened in the game. So what? I don't understand what the point was. Why did the game exist? I'm very confused. I don't know if I'm going to be getting the new WWE game this year. I know it's in a few weeks here, but I'm undecided. I think mostly you're just supposed to wander about the plot points like the package. So that's No who said that. Now, if that's the case, No, then why wasn't that the focus of the game? If you're supposed to be wondering about these plot points, what's in the package, who summoned them to get back together in the present, what's the supernatural stuff? Why is that like 0.005% of the game? Right? It should have been the focus of the game. It should have been more of it. Now, here's 8 hours of girls just hanging out. It's so boring. And then there's like 20 minutes of stuff that might be good. That's dumb. It's so badly done. Where are we ordering pizza from? Well, when we hit 40 goals, all right, it's going to be either Domino's or Papa John's. And will be multiple pizzas and appetizers, a big taste test on DSP Tries, a big pizza party theme. But sadly now, we've hit a bump. I wanted to do it tomorrow. We were on pace to do it tomorrow, and this game tonight completely derailed us. So No, Dave Triple H says, or Dave Double H says, you want games to be different, but you're criticizing it because it's different and not a cookie cutter. What are you talking about? I'm criticizing it because it's boring. It was incredibly boring. Nothing happened. Like, that game could have been 45 minutes long. It could have been the beginning of the game they meet and the Corey guy messes with them, right? Then it's literally just a montage of them in the forest, getting to the cabin, doing the garage band, some of the magic happening. Then they do their curse, then the hole opens up, and then they're at the end. That could have been a 45-minute gaming experience, and it would have hit exactly the same as the 8+ hours that I played. There was no reason for any of that in between. It was completely meaningless, blase, boring, badly written bullshit. It was filler. It was fluff. It was very badly done. You go, oh, it was character development. There was no character development at all, right? There really was none at all. At the end, what's her name? Autumn is boring as dirt. Kat has one character development at the end when they tell you that, well, I don't want to spoil, but they tell you one critical plot point of why she is how she is. Nora is exactly the same throughout the game, and Swan is the same. Like, there's zero character development. Zero. You need to have a balance. And there was no balance. There was 85, 90% boring shit and maybe borderline 5 to 10% okay stuff. And that doesn't make a good game. When are we playing Street Fighter 6 again? Well, Mark, it looks like maybe tomorrow. It looks like maybe tomorrow because we didn't hit our goals. I was hoping to hit the goals today and do the Call of Duty stream and the Ninja Turtle Pizza Party, but it ain't happening unless we get a ginormous amount of contributions in the next 20 minutes, which I'm not foreseeing. It looks like it's just going to be us doing Street Fighter 6 tomorrow on the day stream, probably like E-Honda. I haven't played with Honda in a long time, so maybe some E-Honda. And then probably tomorrow night we'll do our Lego stream, which will have a new angle. You ready for this, guys? Our new Lego angle for tomorrow. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. This is going to be our Lego stream tomorrow. I'll be building the Lego right here in HD, and then I'll have the other camera there, so it's going to be cool, and I'll be able to go between the full screen and the widescreen and go back and forth for the Lego stream. It'll be pretty cool. We're going to finally do it, and hopefully it'll be a good one. All right? Pretty awesome. Okay. How did you guys like the new face cam tonight? Did you like it? This was the first stream where I was officially using a new face cam, so I hope that you guys enjoyed it. This is now my camera, which used to be the one way behind my TV. There was the faraway shot. So now I don't have a faraway shot anymore, which I think is fine. I don't actually think I need a faraway shot because I have 3 scenes. I have this scene, which is face cam, and that's what I just used for the game. All right. And then I've got the crotch cam, which is going to be changed a little bit, but this is set up for me to have the joystick on my lap to play Street Fighter, if people want to try that. And then there's by the way, here's my nice sock. And then there's going to be the Lego cam. So we have 3 different cams that we could swap around between here, which is really cool. Pretty good. Okay. It's way sharper now. Of course it is. It's way sharper because it's right up close. The other camera was so far away, and I had so much intense digital zoom on that other camera that it was creating all this artifacting and blurriness, right? Now, this is literally 0 zoom. This is like 2 feet away from me. So it's super crisp and detailed, and the face cam is going to look great moving forward. So it should be great. As long as the cameras work, because when I turned my stream on tonight, everything was working. I went and I brushed my teeth. I came back, and all the cameras had malfunctioned. And I sat here for another 5-10 minutes getting them all working again. There's no consistency with this PC or this setup. Things constantly turn on and off without my permission. I have nothing to do with it. They just turn on and off. It's like, I guess I just got to accept it's going to keep happening, and I got to fiddle with things until they start working again, and fingers crossed they work for the whole stream. Seriously. All right, what else you guys want to talk about tonight? We still got about 15, 20 minutes. It looks like we're not going to get any contributions, but I'll still hang out with you guys for another 15, 20 minutes. I guess I'll turn off my my other key light here. We don't really need it. I might consider getting a DSLR. If my setup already is we're not working with webcams, what makes you think a DSLR is going to work better? I don't think so. No, I don't think that Triple P went to Elimination Chamber in person. I don't believe so. I think the idea was he was on vacation. He wasn't in his local area, and he lives in Canada. I know Elimination Chamber was in Canada, but the point was that he was on vacation, so he probably wasn't around. Well, I ever play Counter-Strike 2? Didn't I? No, I didn't, did I? I played Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I never played Counter-Strike 2. I don't know. I don't even know much about it. No one's really asked me about it, so I haven't really looked into it. Yakuza was great today, Jeff. We had a lot of good progress. We're recruiting now people for our pirate ship. So there's all these side content, side stories and stuff to do in the city, and that's basically what we did the entire stream, and it actually went really well. Chill stream, lots of interaction. It was good. I'm going to talk about John Cena on Smart Guys this Thursday night. I don't want to spoil my thoughts because then what's the point of a wrestling commentary show if I've already given you my commentary days earlier? So tune in on Thursday night over on DSP Reacts or on the Kick channel for Smart Guys. Would I bring back Retro Reacts? Possibly, yes. We've talked about it. For those who don't know, for the greater part of last year on my DSP Throwback channel, which is at DSP Throwback on YouTube, I did a weekly night stream, about 2.5 hours of reacting to an old playthrough of mine. Sometimes it was a playthrough that had been remastered with better HD graphics and sound and better frame rate. And other times it was just watching the raw playthrough of stuff. We did all kinds of stuff, good variety of retro reacts last year for sure. I really enjoyed doing them. But we put them on hiatus in December to give me more time to focus on other stuff. And we just haven't gone back to it yet. And people say, will you go back to it? I would like to. People had expressed interest. They wanted to see me watch some of the some of the Fallout 3 remastered playthrough that's been on the channel now for almost a year, where we really did a good job, improving and upscaling the visuals and all of that. So we'll see. We'll see if I get back to it. I would like to at some point. So are you guys over on Kick? Are you getting it out of your system? Seriously, because you realize nothing you're doing is effective. All you're doing is wasting your time and looking like idiots. And so I'm not talking to you, right? You keep doing it as long as you want. It's still not going to change anything. You're still just going to sit there and nothing's going to change. So I'm giving you guys tonight to get it out of your system, but I'll tell you right now, tomorrow, if you're doing it, you're all going to be banned, every single one of you. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, I guess, but hopefully you're getting it out of your systems. You missed when I was really drunk in my playthroughs, Parasolo? Well, here's the thing. Back in the day, I definitely wasn't taking anything seriously. I wasn't doing this for a living, So for me, DLC comes out, it would be like 2 a.m, and I would download it and I would play it within like one sitting, like 5+ hours, right? Seems everyone is doing that on Kick because someone in the chat earlier basically got full of themselves and repeatedly insulted my wife for absolutely no fucking reason. There was no reason for it. It was just they thought that they could get away with whatever they wanted, and they flew too close to the sun. So I banned them because it wasn't once, it was twice in a row, and I confirmed they were talking about my wife. And I said, that's it. And then everyone's upset because they like the guy. Like, that's great, but the guy's an asshole. So, it's great that you like the asshole, but it's not his stream, it's mine. You come into my stream, you insult my wife, you get banned. And then all the coping began, all their coping bullshit. Oh, here comes the cope. I'm going to say this. Oh, but this is about PPP. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. The guy thought he could do whatever he wanted and skirt the rules because he was a regular. He can't. No one is above the rules. You don't come into my stream and insult my family. If you're that stupid, you get banned like everybody else. Now, again, if he contacts me and says, listen, sorry about that. I got too excited. I got too, I won't do it again. Then I'll unban them because I do that all the time. There's people who've done this on YouTube and on K. They get too exciting and then they are too excited. Then they contact me, they apologize, and then they get unbanned. But I wasn't going to completely freeze my entire stream for this guy, who's being a jerk. There's no context. The guy literally multiple times was saying insulting things about my wife. It's one thing if he says one joke and he's like, ha, ha, ha. No, it was, again, he's two things in a row. I'm like, well, that's it. No, there's not even a way you can misconstrue that. He thinks he's being funny. He's not. And the thing is, people have been called out for this before. People have been banned for it before. He knows it. He did it anyway. Too bad. So sad. I'm really crying now. Actually, I'm not. And if he apologizes, he'll come back. And if not, you guys better get used to him not being here because I'm not tolerating that kind of behavior in my business. Okay? Can we ban him for a sec to see if he apologizes? I'll check my email and see if he emailed me because everyone knows you have to email me to get unbanned, right? Nope. Oh, hold on. Let me check my junk. He did. No, he actually insulted me. He emailed me and just insulted me. I'm not even kidding you. Unless this isn't him, but I don't know his actual real name. Yeah. This might be someone who's actually trying to impersonate him too, because remember, people try to do this shit. But I got one email, someone claiming to be Pot of Greed, and it was a bunch of insults. So, no, I'm not going to be unbanning him with that email. Absolutely not. But then again, like I said, this could be someone impersonating him. Because he actually came in at 9 o'clock. Why would he have come in at 9 o'clock? It doesn't even make sense. He was banned way before then. Yeah, a troll did it last time, too. A troll tried to impersonate someone right away to try to get me, like, thinking, oh, this is a person. And then it wasn't. I don't know what Tell Me Where Paul is, Sister Snood. What is that? Tell me where Paul is? Have a good night, Vietnamese comrade. Well, the one thing is, I really don't foresee myself trying to play these narrative-based games more in the future. If it's one that I'm very interested in, like I was interested in Life is Strange Double Exposure. This one was a chance. Like, I wonder if it would be good. And man, was this a waste of our time, right? It really was. I feel like this was just a big waste of time. And it sucks because now we had great momentum on my first stream, and then we play this game, and basically not even half the people show up. No, almost no support. It's like, this sucks. I wish it would have much rather done anything else. Like, literally, if I just hung out with you guys for 2 hours tonight, it would have been a better stream. So, maybe I gotta learn my lesson. Don't just play a game just because it's from Don't Nod and they did other good things, Kyle, yes, Kyle is coming in late. Yes, Kyle, Pot of Greed literally twice in a row insulted my wife publicly. And basically, he lost his mind. And I was trying to be nice, but I confirmed it was him double insulting my wife, and I had enough. And there was no reason for him to do it either. He just did it for fun. So he's gone until he apologizes. So, of course, all of Kick Chat is just going stupid. You know, it depends because some people on Kick are very respectful and very nice, and some people on Kick are a great crowd. And Kick, when Kick gets excited about stuff, the Kick crowd can really like get exciting, and it could be like a big, hype crowd. But the problem is Kick has this kind of good old boys protection mentality where, oh, well, we could just all say and do whatever we want and get away with whatever we want because we're all friends, and that's not true. There's a difference between if I overreact because in like the heat of the moment, let's say I'm playing a fighting game and I'm really full of adrenaline and I get angry and then I ban someone. And then later someone will say, Phil, you really shouldn't have gone that far. Like, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. And they've called me out a couple times for that. This is just not one of those cases. This is direct insults to my wife for absolutely no reason at all, thinking that they could get away with it, thinking that they're funny. They're not, and they can't. And now they've got to learn a lesson. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you have 20 friends who like to spam the chat. I'm still ignoring them. I don't care. I don't give a shit. No, and the truth is, Cool Gal says, do you like banning people? No, I don't. I get no pleasure. No lie, I get zero pleasure out of banning people. It's just, it's a frivolous effort because in reality, someone could just come back with another account anyway, right? So it doesn't really matter, but at least it stops the bad behavior in the immediate time frame, which is the whole point. Adam says, so what are we going to do about the pizza party then? Well, obviously we're not doing it tomorrow. We still have 2 goals to hit. So tomorrow's day stream will be a podcast in Street Fighter 6. We'll probably do Honda, return to Honda for the first time in ages, play with him for a bit. And then tomorrow night will be a Lego stream. So hopefully between those 2 streams, we hit the 2 goals. And then we will do the Call of Duty stream with the pizza on Wednesday as the day stream. Mm-hmm. I like the classic King of Fighters games. I don't really like the modern King of Fighters games. It's like I said, he doesn't even have to contribute. Pot agreed. If he just emails me right now and apologizes, I'll unban him right now. If he just says, sorry about that, I won't do it again. Yeah, here's another one. I'm getting a ton of idiotic impersonators. So I'm just double checking. No. I want to be sure I'm being fair. Nah, he didn't. He didn't email me. Just a bunch of morons who were trying to impersonate him and cause problems. So Pair Solo says, I'd love to see you build the Lego bonsai tree. I got it for around $50. So after starting building the Legos last week, which by the way, here they are. For those who haven't seen them, I'll show you the alternate camera of them because now I can do this. This is pretty cool. So there they are. This is what they look like in person. Let me see if the camera will autofocus. It's supposed to. No, it's not autofocusing. This camera's weird. Sometimes it does autofocus and sometimes it doesn't. Let me make sure I have it set to autofocus. I do. So it's supposed to autofocus as I get closer to it. I wanted to show you a close-up. But it's not. It's weird. It's like focusing on me for some reason. Yeah. Well, anyway, there it is. It's pretty cool, right? It's the 3 different succulents. And what we're going to do is tomorrow night, we're going to build the other 3. And then next week, we're going to finish it. So we're going to have 3 of these and see how they go, right? So after I did this last week, my wife and I went to the Lego store near us and actually looked at a whole bunch of Legos and saw some of the nice ones. And they did have the bonsai tree. They have a bunch. They have this nice bonsai tree. They have, dude, they have all kinds of stuff, like all kinds of things that would probably be really interesting. Game related, architecture related, just good stuff in general. A good variety of stuff. So, They did not have the Tuxedo Cat at the Lego store. No, they didn't. I would have liked to see it because I heard it's huge, right? They did not have it. But man, that stuff's expensive. The Lego store is very expensive because everything's full price. So my wife and I looked at some Legos at the Lego store, and then we immediately went online and found everything cheaper. Like every single set at the store was full price retail. And then when we went online, it was like everything was significantly cheaper online. Like, damn, do not buy the Legos in person. You're completely ripping yourself off. No, I'm not. I'm probably not doing Star Wars Legos. Not now anyway. I'd be more interested in gaming related or something nice. Something that I want for that can be in the backdrop that would look nice, right? That's what I would go for. Oh, they did have Marvel Legos. They have Marvel, DC, all the comic book tie-ins, all the pop culture, Harry Potter, giant Harry Potter Hogwarts and shit. What was the coolest thing we saw at the Lego store? What was it? There was something really, really cool. So they do have a Lego store exclusive, which is a big ass plant, like a vase full of like 10 or 12 different kinds of flowers. And it was really elaborate and like you could tell it was really well done. And it's only at the Lego store. Like you can't buy that anywhere else. Um, and then let me think about this. And then because they had a bunch of good stuff. There was some cool space station sets that looked really good. I like some of the architecture too that looked like realistic, like landmarks around the world. That was kind of neat. What else? Man, there was a lot. They have a lot there. That's what I'm reminding. That's what I'm remembering immediately. They did have some of the Super Mario. Oh yeah, they had the coolest Super Mario Lego. It's the actual sprites of Mario riding Yoshi from Super Mario World. But once you build it, it's huge. It's like this big. And when you build it, there's a crank. And when you crank it, Mario moves on Yoshi, and Yoshi's legs move like he's walking in the game. So it looks like the actual sprites in the game walking in your background. I was like, oh, that looks really cool. But it was expensive. That one was like over $100. Slayer, in my playthrough of Pirates in Hawaii, we're in Hawaii and we're recruiting people to the team, and that's it. We haven't gotten too far into the story because I spent the entire day today open world exploring and recruiting people for the shit. So if you play like 5 to 10 more hours, you'll be way past me. I'm only like 3 hours past you. I've never played Magic the Gathering, no. Guys, can we get a last minute bit of support here? I mean, I understand this stream was a dud because of the game, but I am hanging out with you extra. Please, can we get some last minute support, or else this whole stream was kind of a waste? Anything? I mean, some of you were hanging out and having a good time, right? A gifted membership, a tip, a super chat, anything, one gifted sub would be great. All right? Lego's going to do One Piece soon. Really? That's interesting. Lego One Piece. A Gundam model kit? I don't know anything about them. I think I've seen Gundam model kits where they snap together. Like they don't glue. Aren't they like snappable pieces that snap in to become this like elaborate moving model? I think I've seen those before and they look pretty good, but I don't know anything about Gundam. I've never read the manga. I've never watched the anime. So you're going to Japan again? Wow. Mark, you love Japan, huh? You go every year. I don't know if I have a favorite Lego game. I like the older ones from back in the day. The ones that were more like chill fun and they weren't super serious with crazy narrative. Like I remember like Lego Indiana Jones was good. The original Lego Star Wars were really good. That kind of stuff. That's the stuff that I was into. So now, I mean, I'm literally getting so many people now impersonating Pot of Greed that I don't know who's real. I've got 2 people who sent me sincere emails, but they're not the same person. So how do I know that that's legitimately the person, right? And then I got a bunch of trolls who are dicks. So I actually don't know who's real and who's not. I find it pretty funny that now people are both impersonating Pot of Greed to be insulting, but also to like apologize on his behalf. That's pretty funny. I received an $8.88 tip from Infinite Goals to Infinity and Beyond. Thank you, Infinite Goals. All right. Well, at least I got a tip tonight. That's nice of you. Thank you. Do you think he's learned his lesson? Do you think if I unban him, he'll be like, all right, I won't do that again? Do you think I should give him a shot? How do you spell his name? Oh, wait a minute. I think I could just look over here. I think I can find it over here. Hold on. Here it is. All right. I'm going to unban Pot of Greed. Let's see what he has to say for himself in the chat. And this will be the finale of our night. Ready? I just unbanned him. Let's see what he says. He's unbanned. I don't know if he's here, though, because I don't know if he's stuck around or not. I forgot how easy it is to unban people on Kick. It's really easy to unban people on Kick because Kick has a running tally of all the actions that anyone does on the Kick channel. So I could see all bans, all timeouts, all everything, and I could easily just go click and just go right and undo it. That's so much easier than YouTube. YouTube sucks, man. YouTube is like a nightmare to try to fucking do anything. Well, he's not talking now. So he's probably not here. Well, I'm going to be keeping an eye out. And I mean, to be honest, yes, he does owe me and my wife an apology. And if he does apologize, then he can stay permanently as long as he doesn't do that again, because that was messed up. And I think, can we please lay down the ground rules? All right, here's the ground rules. You want to sit around and you want to make fun of me, you want to make fun of my content, you want to razz about stupid detractor memes or whatever, I don't give 2 fucks. You don't fucking bring my family members into it. You bring up my wife, my cat, my mother, my father, my extended family. Don't do that. They have nothing to do with me and my content. There's no point for you doing that. Now you might say, but PPP, yeah, PPP did it before we had ever had any interaction whatsoever, right? And then he apologized for it publicly. On Smart Guys, I took him to task for it, and he apologized for it, and he hasn't done it since. He hasn't done it since then. So, what are you talking about? You know? No, he didn't do it afterwards. You're full of shit. What he did is he repeated detractor memes in a sarcastic way, but people are so fucking stupid that they believe it because they're dumb. You can't make people be smart. That's the sad fact. Okay? You can't. People are dumb and they don't understand shit. Like, he said stuff, I've said stuff, we've all said stuff that's sarcastic, and then morons believe it at face value because they're moronic idiots. So, really? Gundams would be a lot of cutting of parts and sanding. Oh. I want to stick to more basic stuff for now. like basic models, Legos, that kind of stuff. If we get really into hobby stuff and we want to do more elaborate stuff long term, great. I don't want to be making a giant mess in here. I don't want to be sanding and having dust and shit in my office because I got to work in here all day. So probably not a good idea. Okay. Well, I don't know if Pot of Greed will ever even know that he's unbanned because he's not talking. So I don't know if he probably left. Slayer, some people are just dumb. It's like I said, it's like Icarus flying too close to the sun, right? So they get all worked up with stupid memes and toxic shit, and then they think, oh, it's totally okay. I can say whatever I want. I can do whatever I want, right? And it's like, what are you talking? Like, what are you doing? Why are you getting so excited, so overexcited, and keep pushing the limits? You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to do that. We can all have fun and make fun of each other and have a good time, but you know that there's a limitation of like being reasonable and or okay, here's what it is, and here's the truth, right? Common sense. Sadly, there are some people on this planet that have common sense, and a lot of people don't. Some people just don't understand the limits. They don't even, well, I could just keep going. I'll just keep going and keep going and keep pushing and keep prodding the hornet's nest. But then when the hornets come out and sting you, you're like, oh, I didn't know there were hornets in there. You just have to fucking have common sense. And some people don't. And sadly, some people have to kind of be instructed and have their hand held and be taught a lesson. So then they know where the limits are. All right. There you go. All right. Well, thank you to that person for the $8 tip. I guess that's going to be it for tonight, guys. I still enjoyed hanging out with all of you. I hope you liked the impromptu video. What a dud of a night because of stupid ass lost records. I'm happy it's done. I'm going to be honest. I just don't think I want to have another night like tonight where I'm suffering for 2 hours of an awful game and then my business also suffers for it. It's like, I think I'm done. I don't think I want to play part 2. I think we've seen enough of this awful game and I toughed through tape 1. I don't think I want to go back and suffer tape 2, just being honest. Unless someone else plays and they're like, oh my God, it actually is good and it has a really awesome ending and everything and it's worth it. But I just don't foresee that happening. I think it's going to be just as bad. So, okay. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for chilling. Let's end this and I got to take off and get ready for tomorrow. All right, guys. All right. Peace out. Thank you.